What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte addresses in an interview that he is tired of Eddie Hearn fucking around about. Do the right thing, give me or go out for bat for me that the fight that I want, which is the mandatory. And of course, he addressed that, and you could tell he's frustrated about it, which he should be. And he also acknowledged that Eddie Hearn is a businessman. Of course he is. That's what he does. That's what he is hired to do. He's hired to make the biggest fights possible. Unfortunately, like I told you guys before, the biggest fight isn't Dillian Whyte in his mandatory. Just like Anthony Joshua and Kubrat Pulev is not the biggest fight right now. You know, of course, Anthony Joshua is probably the biggest star money-wise, but the fight that he's fighting is Kubrat Pulev. That is standard operational procedure when it comes to mandatories. Dillian Whyte's just trying to get his shot like most mandatory fighters are. Nothing wrong with that. You know, now you could argue, since it's been so much time, so many days, that should be expedited, and a Tyson Fury-Joshua fight should be suspended for the greater good of morality, because Dillian Whyte has waited so long. But that doesn't work like that. You know, and I think Dillian Whyte at this point, he's just like, hey, I'm stubborn. I'm going to fight. You know, I'm humble. You know, even if Deontay Wilder loses, I still want to fight him. You know, I'm not the guy that's saying I'm big, bad, and bold. I'm like, hey, if you want the work, I'll give you the work. If you want to fight, we can fight. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And me counterpunching all this, and I think, and the more I think about the Wilder protection with the WBC and Dillian Whyte with all his hang-ups of last year, because last year was a shitty year for Dillian Whyte, let's face it. Karma seeped through. The wrong seeds were sown, people, with Deontay Wilder. Because it's funny, it's like you ran from a possible ass whooping into another ass whooping. And the strange thing about it, everything that Dillian Whyte said he wanted to do to Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury did it the same way. Dillian Whyte said, I would go in, bust him up, work the body, right? Get in the inside, rip him with big nasty hooks. He said what he was going to do. I would take the fight to Deontay Wilder, bar none. Anthony Joshua mentioned this, but this is what Dillian Whyte said. This is what Dillian Whyte wanted. He wanted that fight. He wanted that work. Okay? And it's just ironic that Tyson Fury comes in and does the same thing that Dillian Whyte wants to do. So now the question you ask yourself is, maybe Deontay Wilder picked the wrong fight. Maybe he should have fought Dillian Whyte. That might have been an easier fight for him. Maybe, maybe not. Because if Dillian Whyte's the type of guy that takes the fight to you, I am not convinced. I'm really not convinced that he would take Deontay Wilder, or should I say that Deontay Wilder could take his punches. You know, and see, I think and I believe that Dillian Whyte hits harder than Tyson Fury. So if Dillian Whyte catches Deontay Wilder with one of those left hooks, I think those type of things could have happened in that fight. So it shows you guys, it shows us all that Deontay Wilder and his handlers did not want to fight someone like Dillian Whyte, because that could possibly disrupt everything. Just exactly what happened. The good thing about this, at least it was Fury. At least it was an undefeated guy. At least it was an ex-champion. At least it was a guy that you guys thought that couldn't do those type of things. But they surprised you. But back to Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte wants his just due. He tells Eddie Hearn to stop fucking around. You guys tell me what you think about Dillian Whyte's comments. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.